Hello, crew. How are you? Who would like more eyeballs on their content? Visibility. How visible are you guys on social media? That's what we're going to talk about today. And I'm going to give you sort of 5 tips to help you be more visible on social media. So hello. You're in my kind of lounge room with me today. I have literally run in from the boys' tennis, don't even have time to move my computer from here into the other room where I normally am. So here I am. I'm here. I did have to leave my boys' tennis to get to you on time. Unfortunately, where they're playing today, they don't have internet. So I can't be live with you unless I moved. So I don't know if this is going to confuse you, but just to explain, behind me, you're seeing kind of my lounge room, but also the reflection of the view. So let me explain. That behind me is actually a piece of glass. So if this background's confusing you a little bit, you've got my sort of lounge and you can kind of see into the backyard pergola, but then you're also seeing the reflection of the view. So I'll just share with you. I'm actually in my lounge room and the view's out there, but it's a bit cloudy and overcast today. So you can see the view there, but yeah, I'm actually in my front lounge. So yeah, if you're confused by the view, that's what that is all about. So how are you today? What a morning, I tell you. It's only, 10:30 in the morning where I am in my part of the world, and it's just go. But that's the life of a mum and kids and social media and you guys and looking after you. So if we haven't met before, my name is Helen Martin and I'm your online crew captain, although no hat today because that's in another room. And we are here to learn how to leverage social media and use modern online strategies to build your businesses online. And one of the things with social media is that you guys need to be really visible. Really visible. So we can't hide behind social media. I mean, how many of you sort of have a presence on social media, a personal profile or a business page or a group, but you kind of hide behind it and just put content out there, but you're not very social. So that we need to change. We need you to be more visible. So I wanted to share with you some basic things. Hopefully you've heard of these things before, but what I'm talking about on this live is kind of the things that you need to do consistently to be successful. It's not, you know, the latest necessarily the strategy or hack or things like that. It's what you guys do on an ongoing basis to be more visible and get more eyeballs on you. The more eyeballs you've got on you, you know, the more intrigue and curiosity and relationships that you can build on social media, and then the more chance you've got to connect with the right people, you know, to build your business. So it's really important that wherever you can increase your visibility and get more eyeballs on you, that you're doing those things consistently. Does that make sense? Let me know. So how are you guys today? I'm going to say hello to a few people. I do want to remind you, in my part of the world, there's only 2 days to go. So I guess essentially it's 3 because I've got to allow for those that are behind the time, which is a lot of you overseas. I'm about to cut off access to all the boot camps and training that I've got in my coaching community for next to nothing. So if you want to have a look at that and get inside, be one of the cool kids with us in the community, the online crew coaching community, then just click the link above and have a look around to see what that is all about if you would like some more practical training. Not just learning. You got to do some the action is what helps you helps you be successful. So who is here with me today? We've got Gloria in the house. Hello, how are you? Good to see you on. Hello, Matthew. Hello, Christine. We've got Cindy. How am I tonight? Well, it's morning. And I think I've already probably covered that one with rushing in the door there, but that's okay. I've got the whole day ahead of me. Hello, Brittany. Great to see you on. We've got Susan and all the cool kids. Hello, Janet. Became a moderator on Clubhouse. Awesome. Go, Matthew. Clubhouse is just so cool. So make sure you're exploring Clubhouse, or if you know somebody on Clubhouse, ask somebody for an invitation so you can get inside the door and just start playing around with it. Hello, Cheryl. How are you? It's just good to observe, look, learn, watch at the moment. So then you can learn how you can utilize Clubhouse sometime in the future. So yes, Cheryl is here. We've got Olive today. I don't know whether I look relaxed, but it is good to, it's, to be honest with you, when I woke up, I was thinking, oh, the kids' tennis. Like, I probably could have skipped it. But you know what? It's important to my boys, and it's important to me as a mum to go and see my kids play tennis. And, also what? They're actually pretty good at it. And I feel pretty guilty for actually leaving them. They're playing their singles at the moment. So Zach won his doubles. Ollie lost his doubles, unfortunately. But they're playing singles at the moment. But I did have to leave for you guys. But that's okay. I'm willing to do that. This is the compromise. We do make compromises with social media and our businesses. You think of people in full-time employment. They go to work and, don't have choices. I have a lot of choices. So I got nothing to complain about, really. I'm a freak on social media. On it full-time almost. But that's good. That probably means your visibility is up and hopefully you've got lots of eyeballs on you. Susan's one of our VIPs. Hello, Cherie. How are you? We got Claire here as well. It looks beautiful. Thank you. Hello, Heather. The sun's not shining today. It's very overcast today. Hi, Grace. How are you? Stunning. So, you all have to come and visit me. Well, some of you are in Australia. Happy weekend, Helen Martin. Thank you. But if you ever do come this way, I know Christine is planning a trip to Australia. It's 2022, isn't it, Christine? So hopefully we're safe by then. But you do have to come and sit on my deck and admire our beautiful view if you ever come to Australia. It's a beautiful view. Hello, Yvette. We've got Janine here as well. You have a lovely view from the top of the hill. Thank you, Janine. Janine has actually been here before, so she knows exactly what it looks like. Hello, Vicky. Love the change of scenery. Good to see you on. You have to be out there. You do. Hello, Facebook user. So just click the StreamYard link if you're watching from my group. I could talk to you guys all the time. Yes, makes sense. Hello, Jamelia. Good to see you on. We got Terry here today as well, and Ellie and Mary and Cynthia and Jade. You guys are the best. I was in Clubhouse for 2 hours today. Very fun listening to them. And that's probably the biggest warning that I'll set, just plant the seed. So hopefully that was intentional, Susan. But you can waste hours on Clubhouse, guys. So if you do get your foot in the door and you're having a look around, just be warned, it is a massive time waster. It's good to spend some time in there and listen and learn, while you're finding your feet with Clubhouse. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I did do a video on it a couple of weeks ago, and I'll share more with you about it, but that's not what this video is about. I just want to share with you be intentional on Clubhouse. Like, what do you want to learn? What do you want to listen to? Do you want to become a moderator? Do you want to create your own room and have a discussion about something? Like, be really intentional on Clubhouse, because you could waste a lot of time. And then you're not doing the productive things which we're talking about today, but it's great to be in there and sort of learn. So thanks for Matthew spent over 8 to 10 hours. Easy enough to do. Okay, so let's get on to the content for today regarding, how to get more eyeballs on you. Now, these are not rocket science, but it's the small things done consistently that's going to get more eyeballs on you. So I just want to remind you of a few things. This is the basic stuff, and I would share this with people in your team. This is the stuff when maybe you want to do Facebook ads, and maybe you want automation and, those kind of things. There may be a lot of things that you want to learn and go in to learn, but this is the stuff that everybody can do. No matter how much experience you've got in growing your business online, there's simple things to do, but these simple things done consistently is what is going to get more eyeballs on you. So the first thing, write these down if you've got a pen, and pass, tag people in this video and share, other people in your team with this video as well. So stories. Now, you're probably all aware how awesome stories are. And the fact that if somebody comments on a story, they're straight in your messenger. That's a great excuse for you to say, thank you for your comment. How are you going? How's things in your part of the world? What's going on? Etc. So stories are an amazing opportunity to get people in your messenger and start a conversation. And you could never be faulted for saying, oh, is that why you messaged me? Because, when people are responding, they're in your messenger. But what I would recommend, I'm not sure how you're using stories or how many stories you're doing a day, but you want to do a few throughout the day. So it might just be a matter of upping your game. Do a few stories a day with many hours in between. So where's my phone? No idea where my phone is. I was going to show you something, but I can't. I must have thrown my phone down when I flew in the door. You know, at the top of your news feed, you've got the stories, what we call tiles. So they're the little, you know, rectangular things you see at the top of your news feed. So there is a reason that you are seeing the person that you are seeing in your stories. Now you want to be seen in other people's stories. So how do you get seen more in stories? Well, one, this is a benefit of actually connecting with people as friends from your personal profile and continually, and I'll get more onto friend requests with one of the tips in a minute, but this is a benefit of actually friending new people on social media and making new friends and accepting friend requests if they're the right kind of person, for you to connect with, is because they'll see your stories. And when you have something going in your stories at different times, maybe a minimum of, this is probably be my recommendation, a minimum of 3. If you can do more, definitely do more. But if you can do 1 early, 1 in the middle of the day, and 1 and later at the day, when you put a new story, it pushes your story to the front of the tiles for the other people that you are friends with. Okay, I hope I'm explaining that so it makes sense. So if you do 3 stories in a row, then you will appear at that time and your other stories are just backed up, to that one tile. Whereas if you do 3 stories and you got hours in between, same with posting on your, on your news feed, you want to spread things out as much as you possibly can. So if you do 1 in the morning, 1 around lunchtime, 1 at nighttime, as a kind of a minimum to go by, then when you do that, you'll get pushed back to the front of what we call the Facebook stories tiles. So you can get more eyeballs on you and your content when you space your content out in stories, but do a few of them throughout the day spaced out. So you might be doing something pretty cool. You might be going for a walk and you take story after story after story. So you might have 10 stories, but they're all done within 1 hour. That's not going to help your visibility. Here's a little tip for you. Like some of you just think, well, I'm not doing much. Like I'm just in my house every day and I'm not going anywhere and I'm not doing anything exciting. Think of content batching. So what I mean by that is if you take things in portrait mode on your phone, that's perfect to fit a story. If you take a picture on your camera roll in landscape and then later post it to stories, it's got the gaps at the top and the bottom. You know what I mean? So when you take photos in portrait mode instead of landscape mode, then they fit perfectly in your stories. And people don't know if it's in portrait mode, whether you did it then or whether you took a photo on your camera roll like 5 hours ago. So if you can sit down and content batch, so what I mean by that is maybe you put an hour aside and it's like, what kind of photos can I take or what kind of apps can I play with and do some silly filters or put some text on it. Like actually do a story then, or take a photo in your camera roll so you can pick it up later and have something in a folder in your camera roll just for stories. So I could go down to the beach maybe and take a few photos, but only post 2 of them. And then later pick up from my camera roll and then post it in stories later. Or I could sit and play around with a few apps. I could play around with Snapchat and do a few things that are not timely. They're just, something funny and I've got some words on it. But I just save it to my camera roll, save it to my camera roll, save it to camera roll. So I just play around, do a little bit of content batching, save it in the background. And then I could think at nighttime when I'm sitting on the couch not doing anything, which is not really what I do, but rarely sit on the couch unless it's with the kids with a movie. That's what I like doing. But anyway, so I could think, oh, I should put something in my stories. I could just go to my camera roll and pick up my Snapchat funny thing that I had text on, whatever, and just throw it in my stories. Nobody needs to know I created that piece of content like hours before or a week before or something like that. But try to think about a time that you can put aside, maybe an hour, to just think about photos you can take, quotes that you could do up, apps that you could use to create little funny memes or, you know, pictures of you or selfies or whatever, and just have them stored. So then in stories, you could pick up something from your camera roll that was done ages ago, but you're spacing things out in stories. Okay. I hope you're with me. I hope you understood that. So that's number one. Number two, if you want to get more eyeballs on you, then we are relying on the algorithm for obviously organic growth, like organic reach. So original content, I've said this to you guys a few times in the last week, you know, last few weeks particularly. Original content, original content, original content. That's what's going to help get more eyeballs on you as well, because you'll get more organic reach out of original content. Facebook Lives is your best. So if you're not doing them, why aren't you doing them? Pull your finger out and do them. It's 2021. Live video is here. It is here to stay. It's only growing. So if you're holding yourself back from live video, hold that thought, because I'll be doing another challenge soon, live video challenge, to help you get your confidence up in that area. So it's the best kind of original content, because it's you talking. It's your, you know, where you get your information from, you may have got from another source, but it's you talking, delivering the information. So that's the best form. But post with your face on it, you know, your, you know, something that you've created with, you know, a selfie with some words on it or something like that. Original content 100% of the way. That's going to give you benefits for organic reach, but it's also going to give you benefit because it's a hell of a lot more interesting when you say something meaningful, you know, what you're thinking about, a story-based post, stuff like that. So original content as much as you possibly can. Okay, you don't want a lot of shared content. You don't want a lot of quotes that you've spent hours on Canva creating. It's not, yes, you've originally created it yourself, but it's from a template, from an app. Like, it's not, Facebook wants you to pick up your phones and take selfies and take photos and write stories and things like that. So original content is going to help you get more eyeballs for the reach, and it's more interesting. Okay. And if you're creating it and it's your original content, it's not going to be seen anywhere else. Okay. Number three, I want to have a quick chat to you guys about friend requests. So do you get a lot? Do you get a few? Do you look at them when they come in to make sure they're your kind of person? I hope you're doing that at the very minimum, that if you're getting friend requests, you're clearing them out. I've told you guys quite a few times, if you've heard me say this before, that leaving a lot of people in your friend requests is not good. That is not good for your reach. It's not good for Facebook. It's not good for what's happening in the background in Facebook. It's like how I've explained this in the past. It's like having, you know, a party and you're not letting anybody in. Like, you send out the invitation, but you know, it's just, you just want to clear out those friend requests. Okay. Because it's better for Facebook and the algorithm if you do, and you want to check whether people are aligned with you, whether they're your kind of person. And if they're not, just delete them, just decline them, get rid of them, but don't have a lot of invitations sitting there that you're not doing anything with. Clean out your friend requests all the time. Now, if you don't get a lot of friend requests, you always want to be growing your audience. You always want to be connecting with new people and getting new eyeballs on you. So you should be rotating friend requests. You should be clearing out people and you know, asking people to become your friend. I mean, it's a funny concept, isn't it? But you know, will you be my friend on Facebook? But if you are somebody that wants to build up your network on social media, then it does pay to obviously accept or decline people that are coming in, but also accepting, you know, we're putting out new friend requests. So a couple of tips with you there regarding getting more eyeballs on you. Firstly, send out, like, do it every day. This is my suggestion for you. If you send out regularly, like I'm talking, commit to this daily for probably about 3 weeks, a certain number. So it might be, you know, 5 or 10. You'll probably get more traction with about 10. I'm not a big fan of this strategy, to be honest with you, like friend request to X amount of people today when there's no thought behind it. But the people that you want to connect with, new people, you want to look at their profile. So it might take you some time to commit to this. But what happens when you do it consistently and you're consistently picking a type of person that has similar interests to you? There is a pattern that appears when you do it over like maybe 3 weeks straight every day. That's what gets you more in suggested friends lists with people that are more aligned with you and your interests. So when you can consistently friend request, and face it, guys, if you've only got 300 friends, you need to make some new friends if you're going to be successful on social media. You need to build up your friends list. You really do. But don't just friend people for the sake of friending people. Like, look at people's profiles and see if they've got a similar interest to you. And do that every day for about 3 weeks. When you have that pattern and that consistency, it's sending signals to Facebook of who you like to connect with and vice versa. And you will then turn up more in as a suggested friend to somebody else when you are consistent with that. So it's your face that could appear as a suggested friend for people rather than somebody else's, because you are consistently networking and connecting with other people on social media. But please put some thought to it. So for that to work really well, that's going to require some time and effort for like a few weeks straight for you to then appear as a suggested friend, to other people that are similar to you. And that can make a massive difference as to who you're connecting with on social media. Okay, so build up your friends, like just basically connect with some other cool people that are like-minded to you, but don't just do what a lot of people teach you to do. It's like friend request 10 to 20 people a day. It doesn't matter who it is. It does matter who it is, because you want Facebook to suggest you as a friend to people that are like-minded and have got similar interests to you, like maybe an online business, network marketing, online marketing, that kind of stuff. You want to connect with more people like that. Okay, so that's number 3. Number 4, always be reciprocating with new leads. What do I mean by that? Keep your eyes on your content wherever you're hanging out, in a group, personal profile, business page. Who's connecting with you? Who clicked the love button? Who clicked the like button? Who made a comment on your Facebook Live? Who made a comment underneath your post? Like, you might be commenting back, but are you actually reciprocating the love? So take big notice of people that are leaving a reaction and leaving a comment on anything you do anywhere, and go and reciprocate that love on their personal profiles. When you go and do that and show other people love, you will get more eyeballs back on you, because they're like, oh, I watched that girl's live the other day and now they've actually liked something and commented on my personal profile. How cool is that? You've already strengthened your relationship. So take really close notice of people that are reacting, commenting, engaging with you, and go and engage back. I guarantee you, if you do this consistently, that love will come back, which means you're going to get more of their attention back on you, which means they're going to see more of your content. Potentially now they're looking at your stories. They're going to see more of your stories. So the more curiosity and cool original content you put out there, more people are going to see it. So it's that, that common term, if you want to get more from social media, give more. Like, actually give more love to people that have bothered to turn up with you and give you a reaction. They're the best people to start with, because they're already there. They're already looking at you at some capacity. So go and love on those people if you want to deepen that connection and get, their eyeballs back on you continuously. Okay? So that's number 4. Number 5. Haven't talked about this one for a while, but it's pretty cool. So what this one is, and it does work with posts, but it works really well with Facebook Lives as well, is comment back on an old post of yours that you want to push back up to the news feed and get more eyeballs on that and more traction out of that. So something that worked really well, a post, and maybe it died, a week ago or 2 weeks ago, but it was really cool. You want more comments on it and it resurfaces. You want it to resurface back up to the top of your news feed. Go and find that post and comment on your own post, and it'll push that post back up to the top of the news feed. And people, if they don't look at the date, they think it's new. This amazes me in groups. I'll be in a group and I'll look at a post and go, I reckon I've seen that one before, just because it might be a group that I'm familiar with. And somebody's commented, that's so awesome. And it was a post that was done like a year ago. but it pushes it. Have you seen that before, guys? Do you know what I'm talking about? It pushes us back. It pushes it back to the top of the news feed because somebody just came across it for some reason, or they searched something and that's what came up, and it pushes it right back up to the top of the news feed. So you can do that with your own content. So go and find a post that worked really well that you're like, I could recycle this, and go and put your own comment on your own post and push it back up to the newsfeed. And the same with Facebook Lives. So what I could do, an example that works really well, I could go to a Facebook Live of mine that did really well last week. And I could go to that Facebook Live. I can pick up the URL of this Facebook Live when I'm finished, and I can go to the comments section of my own live from last week with the URL of this live video when I'm finished. I'm not clever enough to pick it up now and do it while we're live. Pick up the URL of my live video, go into the comments section of my live last week and say, hey, did you check out my latest video, 5 tips to get more eyeballs on you? And I put the link to the URL in the comment section of my live from last week. And guess what happens? Everybody that commented on my live last week will get a notification that I've made a comment on a live that you were watching. And if you look in the notifications, you'll actually see the link to this live video. So not only does it resurface my live video from last week, which I could just pick one that was quite popular or had a lot of comments, and I would like more people to see that. So it pushes that live video to the top of the news feed. And it also, everybody that commented on that live video will get a notification of this live video, and they will see the URL for this live video. So it's going to help me get more eyeballs on this live video. Do you understand that concept, guys? Go and comment on your own posts or your own live videos from a previous time that you would like to resurface and bring back to the top of the news feed. And a great idea with live videos is picking up a URL of a more recent live video, using that to put in the comments section. So everybody that commented on that live, again, I know I'm saying it about 3 times now, will get a notification of that URL for the latest live. So it's a win-win. So it can help you get more eyeballs on the content that maybe they missed, and it can help you get more eyeballs on the content that you've just created. Okay? So bring that into your daily method of operation. A combination of these things done consistently will help you get more visibility. Your goal on social media, if you want to be successful, online, is to have as much visibility as possible. So do things that can help your content, be pushed to the top. Like what I was saying with stories, the number one thing, space out your stories so your story is being pushed to the front of the tiles. So these little things can actually add up to, a lot of new eyeballs or additional eyeballs on your content. Okay, so just want to check in. Have you got any thoughts? What are you saying? Okay, post original content. That's right, Ellie. I'm constantly adding new friends and have similar interests. Yes, it does matter who it is. And go and clear out your friends every now and again. Just because Ali, what are you doing? Ali's eating something that he shouldn't. I can hear him. Anyway, I'll go and deal with that in a minute. What was I saying? Can't remember. That squirrel moment. It's like, gone. I'm sure it was very important, but I'll just keep moving on. You probably got the gist of what I was trying to say anyway. Okay, someone from a group friended me. Now I'm being bombarded by all of her friends in the group for friend requests. So be careful of that, Susan, because, and what I would also recommend, what can help with that is hide your friends list if you haven't already. Go into the settings of your Harley. I don't know what he's doing, but it doesn't sound good. I found the little bugger in the pantry the other day. I bought pizza bases. We make homemade pizzas on Friday nights, and Ollie was just on his computer, not watching. I was doing a live video or something. I came into the pantry, and there's Harley plastic everywhere, and 2 half-eaten. He's only a little dog. He'd eaten half of each of the raw sort of pizza bases. So we were cleaning that mess up in the last couple of days. Anyway, moving on. A lot of squirrel moments. Sorry, guys. So go and hide your friends list. And hopefully other people do that too, because you want to be wary of that, because some people might not have the right intentions when they friend request you. So don't feel that you need to accept all of them, Susan, because they might all be spamming you. Harley, come here. I don't know what he's doing. Okay, a couple more comments. I've talked long enough. Haven't I? Thanks, Susan. Thanks, Helen. Thanks, Susan. No worries. Delete your friend request. Laugh out loud. And you can, if you request somebody and then you don't want to, you want to sort of retract that, just go to the person's profile and then you just unrequest it. So that's pretty easy to do. Awesome ideas. Love these suggestions. I'm so happy that I joined tonight. Really good tips. I'm glad it was helpful for you. Hidden my friends list. Awesome, Grace. Definitely want to do that in this industry. Oh my God. Oh yeah. I don't know what he's up to. You better go check on him. So hopefully it's not too much damage, but I better go and see what he's into next. Because it doesn't sound good. I'll tell you that. And you know what happens when dog eats things that they shouldn't do? Then you're cleaning up the mess one way or another later on. Anyway, I better go and check what he's doing and what he's into. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you got some value out of today's video, and please pass this on because it's the little things done consistently that can help get you more visibility and more eyeballs on you. So this little stuff is really important. Oh my gosh, it's getting worse. I've got to go, guys. So have an amazing weekend, and I will see you next week for more free content here. Okay, bye.